Hi everyone, Katie from Integration Learning here. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. Now you might be asking, Katie, is that an authentic 1981 Go-Go's tour shirt that you didn't buy but in fact someone gave to you? Well, yes it is. I'm not just wearing a ripped shirt for no reason. This is part of herstory, if you will. Anyway, today we're going to be discussing a variety of helpful visualization techniques in addition to the ones I've shared in previous videos. One thing I want to mention before I begin. I was chatting with a friend the other day, and in fact, that conversation inspired me to make this video. My friend mentioned how someone very close to her lives with aphantasia, which is the inability to form mental images voluntarily. Now, while the concept of aphantasia has existed since the late 19th century, there's only a decade of peer-reviewed research on the topic, which means the world is in its infancy in terms of understanding its characteristics, effects, and development. I wanted to mention this life experience at the top of my video because some of the types of visualization I describe might still be applicable or amendable for those living with aphantasia. All right, disclaimer over, here we go. Let's start with our first type of visualization, vision boards. A vision board allows a person to create a physical or digital collage of images representing desired outcomes. This technique helps the visualizer to keep their goals at top of mind and stay motivated. Vision boards can be made by pasting magazine, book, photographic, or internet images onto a poster board, cardboard, cork board, bedroom wall, or computer screen. When you're creating a vision board, remember to set a positive and aspirational tone and avoid negative self-talk or judgment. Next, we have the techniques of guided visualization and mental rehearsal. These simulate goal achievement and practicing responses. Guided visualization often involves another person using a script or discussion to guide the visualizer through their desired outcome by inviting them to envision it in detail. With mental rehearsal, the visualizer mentally envisions or self-talks about success with sensory details, enhancing focus, skills, and confidence. The following types of visualization to be discussed are affirmations and meditations. With these, the goal setter uses positive statements while practicing mindfulness to reinforce self-actualizing beliefs and reduce stress. These practices are most effective when performed consistently and/or on a daily basis. There are a plethora of free apps you can use to access affirmations and meditations, such as Calm.com and Insight Timer. Speaking of apps, there are also goal-setting apps you can use to track progress and stay consistent. Some examples of these include Envision and Goalscape. Next, we have positive mental imagery, and more specifically, happy place visualization, which strengthen neural pathways associated with physical skills, improving muscle memory, and reducing performance anxiety. Generally, you would find a quiet place to sit and create a mental image of a peaceful and relaxing environment to reduce stress and fear. Do your best to focus on your happy place. If outside thoughts creep, allow them to pass so that you can maintain your positive mental image. Next, success mapping. This involves creating a detailed timeline and roadmap of required steps to achieve a goal. Check out my videos on backward design and SWOT analysis for more information. There's also future self-writing, in which you write a letter from your future self to your current self as a means of clarifying goals and staying motivated in the present. Remember to be thorough and specific in your letter. It'll help you to better see how you'll attain the outcomes you want. You can also use index cards to write down ideas and plot points of your goal setting. Once you've gotten ideas down, you can rearrange the cards to visualize clearly the structure of your project. This one brings me back to grad school. I worked in a giant shared office with the other grad students, and they would use the index card method to retain detail-heavy historical events in their memory for the graduate student exam. And finally, there's network diagramming. This allows you to visualize relationships and connections within a network. On paper, it looks a lot like brainstorming techniques known as clustering, bubbling, or webbing. Network diagramming allows you to consider not only people, but also ideas associated with your goal, how they relate to one another, and how you can utilize their help in reaching that goal. All right, well, I hope this video helps. Again, if it does, like and subscribe. And as always, please be kind to yourselves.